My name is Anastasiya Sosis. I'm a theatre director currently working on a project called Cockroaches. Cockroaches is a theatre production based on Mikhail Bulgakov's play Flight. This play is set in the year 1920 in the Soviet Russia. The civil war between the Bolsheviks and the pro-royalist forces, also known as the White Guards, is now over and many people are fleeing. So the story revolves around 5 refugees who flee Russia in order to find a new life somewhere else, only to discover that the world is in fact indifferent to them. This story has 2 protagonists. The first one, Mikhail Bulgakov, is a very young, very naive man. He flees St. Petersburg out of discomfort. But throughout the story he learns what true hardship is. The second protagonist, Roman Kludov, is a cruel general of the White Guards. In the events of the story, he executes an innocent man, and his guilt manifests in this man appearing to him and leading him on a journey of redemption. There's also other very interesting characters in the play. For example, Arthur, the Tsar of Cockroaches. He is the owner of cockroach races that he establishes in Istanbul. And although he's only present in one scene, that scene is very important to establish the metaphor. Cockroaches is actually an earlier version of Bulgakov's play Flight. It was censored by the Soviet government, and Bulgakov, eager to have it performed in theatres, allowed it to be censored. But unfortunately, despite all that, it was never performed in his lifetime. But I believe the earlier version of the play is a much more honest and a truer version. There are many reasons why I wanted to put on this play. I love the story, I love the characters, but the main reason is because the story is very personal to me. I come from Ukraine, the city of Donetsk, which currently is at war with the rest of the country. So I know very well what it's like to leave your house where you grew up in, with all your memories, leave it behind, abandon your job or business that you worked really hard to create. Just abandon your future. We've got to work with a rather small budget, and that forces us into certain constraints. But at the end of the day, I think that's a good thing, because we're much more creative that way. For example, with set design, we could have gone big and flashy and detailed, but that wouldn't have tied into the play in any way. What we're doing instead is shadow puppetry. Bulgakov called the scenes dreams, and I think shadow puppetry creates this kind of exaggerated, dreamy feel to the scenes. Another example is props. Instead of using chairs or tables, we're going to be using suitcases. At the same time, that serves the purpose of creating a feeling that all these characters are constantly on the go. We've got a very talented cast. We have 8 actors. 5 of them have multiple parts. One actor could be playing 2 opposite characters. In certain scenes, like the first scene where we have a general of the Red Army appear, the Bolsheviks, and then later on a general of the White Army appear, it would be a great metaphor to have one person play both of those generals. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter which political faction they belong to. They are just as bad as each other. So, this was a little bit about the play, and here comes the part where I've got to ask you for some money. So if you'd like to be a part of Cockroaches, please pledge us some money, and as a reward, we've got a range of fabulous swag for you, I love this word, which you can see somewhere here, or here, or here, somewhere around this page. So check it out, and even if you decide not to pledge any money. Please come and see the play, because there's no point in putting it on without the audience. Thank you very much for your time, and hope to see you at the play watching Cockroaches. Bye bye.